What is up, guys? My name is Mitchell or Deity, and today we're going to be diving into is Epic 7 worth playing in 2026? Those of you guys that don't know me or this is the first time trying to check out Epic 7, I make a new player guide on this game every year, and it's a lot different than any new player guides. It's like a step-by-step. It's kind of like a let's play where I play through. I give you a step-by-step series of things that you do, which this game already sets up for you really well, but then you can follow along and have a pretty established account by the end of it to see if you like the game or not in a shorter period of time. That's my ultimate goal, is to have people be able to experience this game, see what it's all about without all the headaches of trying to figure every little aspect out of it yourself, making mistakes and regretting those mistakes. So I am going to be starting that guide tomorrow. Today is technically episode 0 of that guide. I like doing these little episode 0s to talk about the state of the game before I make the new guide series. This is like my 5th one, I think 5th or 6th one I've done. But going in, Epic 7, maybe you have heard about it from friends, so they've told you whether you should play it or not, or you just saw an ad. Who knows how you found this game, but this is one of the, if not the best game of all time to come in and play for at least 2 weeks. Okay, they've done a lot of changes to the new, over 2025, they're trying to make like the new player experience getting to the game extremely accessible. This is a side account that I have that I'm playing. It's one of the new accounts I started for a guide series, but going in, I'm going to show off a couple of the really good things this game has to offer. The first thing is once you start the game, it's very free to play friendly. You're going to have the ability to get so many free characters at the beginning, and you're going to end up getting up to, I think, 30,000 Skystones, which means when you start the game, you technically don't really need to spend money ever. Really, you don't need to spend money ever in this game, but if you do, you don't get a whole lot for it. That's one of the bad things, is the spending of this game. The only thing you really get is stamina, but going in, you'll get 30,000 plus Skystones following along with the guide series, and that will set yourself up for forever, plus you get a million free summons. So in 2025, we had one of the biggest changes to the game, and that is the Path of Error missions for new players. So if any of you guys have played Epic 7 in the past and are wanting to try to come back on your current account, it's not that advisable. Okay, you are going to have a bunch of old characters, and this game heavily power creeps new characters versus old. So in 2025, we got some of the strongest, well, we got the strongest PvE character of all time. Plus, we got most of the core meta for late game PvP is going to be characters that were just released, and that is their new schedule. So if you start the game, you are going to be able to, as long as you summon the new characters that are coming out, your account's going to be at a good spot, which is a fantastic catch-up mechanic, but it sucks for long-time players because we have a lot of characters that we're never going to end up using. Okay, so for a new player perspective, this game is the best. I mean, you're going to have, it has the best honeymoon phase of any gacha game I've ever played. And by honeymoon phase, I mean the first like couple of weeks you play the game, you will have more fun than anything else. Then from there, though, as you become an in-game player, you have to decide if you're going to like it or not. The biggest thing with this game is the PvP. That's the, if you do not enjoy the PvP, for a lot of people, this will be a character collector game. This is an account that I'm going to be doing a World Arena series on, which is the, you play against other players in real time. And then from there, there's a couple other PvP modes. There's regular arena, which some people do enjoy a lot. And then there's a guild system to where you have guild wars. And within the guild wars, a lot of people love this as well. So you have multiple reasons to try the game to see if you like any of those aspects of it. But the core game, let me go in real quick, is going to be, you're going to pull these characters, that we're going to pull up in a second. And then you're going to build them with gear, which is the second, I'd say, biggest complaint with this game, if not the top, is the gearing system. Gear is relatively hard. You have to learn it. And once you understand it, it's not hard at all, but it is hard to get a good piece of gear. A lot of people are too picky about their gear, which makes them not like the experience, but you don't have to have the craziest gear of all time in order to play and have fun with the game. So one thing I'm going to stress a lot within the guide is just about getting the characters built up and knowing where to play them is the biggest difference between someone who comes in and tries it and has no idea what to do versus someone who ends up enjoying it. But you're going to have your ability to put 6 different pieces of gear to completely make your character how you want it to be, whether you want to build them fast, slow, higher damage, bulkier. It's up to you. So every 2 players' characters are going to be potentially vastly different depending on your playstyle. So you get to set up the playstyle you want within this game as well. Now, with the PvE of this game, going through the story, it has a great story from what I'm told. I've never read it, but the newest chapter just came out. The new content in this game is very few and far between. Sometimes we'll go 4 months with nothing new, but then there's a super hype event that makes everyone come back and try the game out again. And just be aware of that. When you start, you won't have to worry. You're going to get at least 3 weeks of fun out of this. Also, by the way, this is not paid at all. This is just my take on the game. I love this game. It's one of my, if not favorite game of all time, but I do not grind it as much as I have because it's been out 7 years. But I still am making these guides and videos for people getting into the game so they can experience what was at one point, if not, it still is my favorite game of all time. So with this, they do a lot of collabs. That's one thing I want to bring up too, is whenever you get into the game, a lot of old players will want to come back to their old accounts, okay? With the old accounts, they're going to have X special character that they don't want to lose out on, so they don't want to make a new account. Trust me, you're gonna, if you quit the game at some point and want to actually give the game another try, trying to come back on your old account is going to be very hard, especially if you never progress, because you are not going to get the Orbis missions, which are an unbelievable amount of free resource. But this game has collaborations. Like, for example, we have Full Metal Alchemist, Edward Elric here. One issue is these collaborations generally don't come back anymore. So they come here one time and they go away. But the way that they balance this is these characters do not stay top of the meta. So seeing an Edward Elric nowadays is very, very rare. Occasionally he'll come back for like a few weeks, but then he falls out again. One big thing with Epic 7 is characters come out constantly. We have a new character every three weeks and a new Moonlight 5 every 6 weeks, which Moonlight 5s are the rarest characters in the game. They cost up to $700 if you spend money to get them, but you don't need to spend money. You will be able to get a lot of them for free. With the new player versus old player coming back, the new players, if you started your account past January 2025 or something like that, you're going to have the big list of missions to get all the free rewards. If you're a returning player, you're not going to get those. So if you're a returning player and your account is in a decent spot, I'm also going to be doing a returning player guide to where you can follow along. I'm going to have steps that you need to make sure you accomplish to where your account's going to be set up. But otherwise, if you just played and it's been a long time, if you don't have stamina, you don't have sky stones, it's very hard to come back and make your account fun again. So again, I highly suggest just make a new account on the game and you'll have a great time. You don't need to reroll. Now, one of the last great things I want to talk about before we wrap up this video is going to be the time this game takes place. For a lot of in-game players, this game just is a collector's game. So there's some people that collect anime figurines and things like that, or anyone who collects, but maybe you collect Pokemon cards. This is what this is for a lot of people. They come in, they love the art style of the game, like this character just came out this year, super good, but they love the art style of the game, and they just want a collector. They want a collector gotcha. This is super good for that, and I'll show a couple reasons why real quick. But with the game, you play however you want. Play it for a little bit, see if you like it. Follow the guide series if you want. I try to make sure you have a resource to where you can fly through, see if you like the game, and then you either stick with it or you don't. So it saves you a ton of time. But you can have it for PvP, you can have it as just a side character collector game, or you can just have it as a game you come back to every 3 months and play through the new story or whatever new content's out. It doesn't matter. It's just about enjoying the game. That's why I make these guides, because not everyone's trying to be the top PvP player. You can enjoy this game heavily, at least for a short period of time, just getting into it to experience the game. It's no different. It's free, by the way. It's a free download, so it's no different than buying or getting this game, playing through it for 3 weeks versus buying the new Pokemon Legends game and playing through it and spending $70 versus zero. But with this game, it's going to continually forever get updated, which is a beautiful thing about gacha games. So lastly, with it, one of the coolest things is the daily reputation. They changed this. They also removed gear removal costs, but I'll go over a couple of things that were changed in 2025 that will make it more fun in 2026. But with the daily reputation, these are your daily quests you're going to do. You're going to end up getting sky stones and some bookmarks and things along the way of each day that you complete these. These take a minute and a half to do. So when you first log in, you will come over to summon. You'll hit summon, and then once you hit summon, it'll give you a couple of the points, and then all you have to do from there is go to battle and then do a quick battle 10x of any hunt, and you're done for the day. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. Now, if you're in a guild and are taking the game seriously, then you're going to want to do your guild war fights, and there's a lot of things to do each day. But if you want to do the bare minimum and just have a game that you are keeping up with very easily but still making progression but don't have to put a ton of time in, it's fantastic. So with hunts, you are able to come in, you can go to hell. They added quick battles. This was a little bit more than a year ago, but you can just run your 10 quick battles, and once you're done with that, you're good for the day. And once you claim your rewards, super great system. But then from there, this year, they added one things I'm going to talk about real quick before we wrap up the video. And again, new player guide will be starting tomorrow. This is part 0. But going in, you're going to have otherworldly hunts. This was one of the greatest additions to the game. It makes it to where you can take 160 stamina, trade it for the spectral cores, or you could trade 2 leaf sin for 1 core. This takes less time than the regular hunt does to do, and you get a ton of rewards for it. It's a way that you can burn an exponential amount of stamina and resources and get or hopefully great rewards. It's still gear farming. It's going to be 1 in 50 pieces are actually really good. Maybe 5 out of 50 are usable. But gearing is very hard to do in this game. But if you understand it, it may end up being like me. Gearing is my favorite part of gacha games. Characters are whatever. The gear is where the fun is. But you just run this to burn up all your current resources that you have on your account, and then you're good. You can do this all in one day and you basically do what you could do in a 2-week period in the previous years of playing X7, you could do in a 6-hour grind session on a weekend and get all your progress done in that short period of time. So a lot of great changes. The other really good change I want to talk about that they did was they removed gear equipment costs. So if you ever played Epic 7 in the past and hated that you had to spend gold to remove your gear, that's gone. Okay, they finally got rid of it. You can go in, you can just move your gear around, experiment, and it's very low stress. There's really no high stress things within the game besides rolling for gear. As you see here, I did not hit the stats that I wanted, and I would go and roll another piece of gear. So the gearing's hard, but that gives it long-term grindability. But the beginning of the game, TLDR, is Epic 7 worth playing? Yes, the first 2 weeks are the best experience you can get on a gacha game. And again, new player guide will be starting tomorrow, the part 1 of the new player guide. And also, lastly with that, a returning player guide is something I'm working on. It will be coming out in the middle of the new player guide series. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you decide to play Epic 7 this year, and hopefully you will follow my guide and I can make the experience a lot more enjoyable for you. But have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.